Hey guys, First Regardsman here, and today I'll be talking about a heroic heavy plasma incinerator build for the heavy class in patch 10.0 Space Marine 2. The heroic heavy plasma has a unique perk effect called Plasma Hail, and heavy stance get an increased fire rate instead of charge shots. Now this weapon cannot charge up whatsoever, not even outside of heavy stance, unlike the normal relic tier versions, and I will be honest, this one I think is a little worse than the relic tier versions, only because charge shot is more ammo efficient than this gun is. This gun will positively chew through your ammo, even though the magazine capacity is the same as the relic tier. I've used one quite a bit, especially in true solo. You will just run out of ammo all the time, and the AoE capabilities and stagger are simply not quite at the relic tier, but it's still a great single target weapon for bosses and stuff like that, and has amazing CHP regen. Now for the perks I select on this, I do take common cooling first. Common shots generate 10% less heat. This weapon is all common shots, so this is pretty good for us. Then I move over here into the perk rapid cooling. After killing 7 enemies in rapid succession, this weapon does not heat for 10 seconds. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk is amazing for this weapon in particular because having no overheat on a weapon that fires this fast can help out a ton. Great perk for sure. Then I move here into the perk Heavy Velocity. It does absolutely nothing for us. And then I move over here into the perk Plasma Collection because once again, this weapon needs all the ammo it can get. Then we pick up Efficient Charge, which once again does nothing for us. That's kind of like the downside of this weapon is that any heavy stance like Charge Shot perk, it doesn't do anything for this weapon. Kind of sucks, but it's just the way it is. Next perk I take is Adamant Restoration. When your health drops below 30%, your ammo reserve is restored by 25% of the maximum capacity. Cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. Cooldown is 30 seconds. Now this perk is great when you stack it with the perk over here, Fortitude, for a health increase of 30%. It will help you sit at that low HP value and trigger this over and over every 30 seconds. Very easy to survive on heavy with this perk, so super valuable for sure. Next perk here is Heavy Fire. This one does help us a tiny bit. Then I move up here into Supercharged Shot, which does nothing. Then I pick up the most important perk here, Heavy Immunity. While on heavy stance, you do not lose control from heavy hits. This perk is pretty much mandatory. If you aren't taking this perk, I would definitely take Strategic Stand for the no knockback effect because not having no knockback on pretty much any heavy weapon is pretty brutal. Getting knocked around by Sword Warriors or the new Chaos Spawn can just outright kill you at times, so pretty much always grab this if you can. Next perk here is Retaliation. After a perfectly timed dodge, you deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This is a great perk for more damage. 25% more damage is super chunky, and 10 seconds is a very long uptime. And the final perk I grab, and the only perk I can grab, is Charge Cooling, which does nothing. That's just the way it is. That's pretty much all there is for the weapon perk build here. Now for the secondary weapon here, I do take the magazine capacity version of the Inferno pistol. This weapon is very ammo efficient and does kind of lack range, but it does make up for that with guaranteed stagger and some pretty decent gunstrike AoE. I think the stocks on this weapon have gone up quite a bit, especially the spawn of Chaos Spawn, because Chaos Spawn are now pretty dangerous and this will stagger them and helps out a ton, and having a pretty ammo efficient sidearm can help you in general. Now for the perk tree, I just go down the bottom tree here for perpetual range, moving over here into the perk Brace Reload, then I move down the line to things like increased capacity and the perk here Adamant Restoration, which is the only time you can ever find this perk on a secondary weapon in the entire game. And the final perks I pick up are Extra Shot and Trick Shot, which does help you get armor back versus cultists and stuff like that, or the Hormagaunts, which can definitely help out at times. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary on the Inferno pistol, though I will say if you want to play with the Plasma pistol, I would take the rate of fire variant once again because the charge shot rate is kind of absurd and the CHP recovery is amazing, even though the CHP recovery on this weapon is by no means bad. And for the perk tree, I would just go down the top tree for ammo economy and things like that, and also pick up perks like Divine Might for a 10% damage buff on top of things like Perpetual Velocity, because charging even faster is amazing and the ammo economy is like the only thing holding this weapon back. And that's pretty much all there is for the secondary weapon selection. Now for the perk tree, I do pick up Restoration first. Killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores an armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This is like the only perk that matters in this first row for this build anyway, so kind of a no-brainer. Next perk here is Fortitude. Health increases by 30%. This perk makes you damn near as tanky as a Bulwark at base level, basically. If you pick up Conviction on top of this, you are literally as tanky as a Bulwark that only builds into like Armor Reinforcement and Conviction. So really strong perk options for sure, and Heavy is the second tankiest class in this game with this combo. Next perk here is Overwhelming Power. When Iron Halo is active, all squad members within 10 meters deal 10% more range damage. This is just a free range damage buff, though I will say if you want to like up your secondary damage, you could take Versatility here. It's also a great perk, especially with the Plasma Pistol, but I just prefer this one on this build. Next perk here is Encompassing Aegis. All squad members take 25% less damage from range attacks. This perk is incredible. A flat 25% range damage reduction in this game also affects armor and also grants damage reduction to classes like Tactical that usually have none whatsoever. It's just very strong for any team comp. Super godly perk and far better than these two. Next perk here is Consecutive Execution. Killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession restores equipment charge. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is also amazing. Anything that breaks the pickup economy of this game is pretty top tier, and getting 90-second melt-bombs, frag grenades, shock grenades, and cracks will simply save your life on a lot of occasions, and it's just a top tier perk for sure. And also, if you do have like a tactical secure stockpile, you could alternatively go for the perk over here for Adamant Will. Take 20% less health damage for 10 seconds after Iron Halo deactivates. This is also very good, especially the next perk, Field Adjustment, but I would go for Consecutive Execution in a solo or like a non-tac game. Now, the next perk here is Field Adjustment, like I mentioned before. Iron Halo recharges 20% faster when its durability is reduced by 25%. This perk is incredible. Getting your Iron Halo back faster definitely makes up for the lack of durability, and usually with Iron Halo, you're just like popping it for a little bit to like shoot back at a guy and then you turn it off again. This one just helps you do that more often, so great perk for sure. And then the final perk here in the gear perk tree is Brute Force. When Iron Halo is in cooldown, range damage increases by 15%. This is just a free range damage buff for something you do all the time, which is turning off your Iron Halo. And the final perk I take in the signature perk tree here is Offensive Capability. When active, Iron Halo deals damage over time to all enemies within 5 meters. This perk is very strong. Wipes out Bramble, wipes out Cultists, wipes out Spore Mines. Also can help you pick up Execute, some things like Lictors and stuff like that if you're at like 5% HP left. Really strong for sure, though if you want to pick up Conversion Field for CDR reduction, especially if you have like a Bulwark on your team that has a banner they need really badly, this is also amazing. That is up to you. Now, for the Prestige perks, I would take Reverberating Impact first. Stomp area of effect radius increases by 50%. The best part about the Stomp is the radius to begin with, and wiping out more Spore Mines, more Bramble, more Cultists, more Hormagaunts, and knocking them all around can help you way more than things like straight damage. And also, perks like Duelist, I do want to mention, this does not affect the startup frame of your parry on the heavy whatsoever. So some people would take this over Reverberating Impact at times, but this perk only affects the latter end of your active parry window, because the way that heavy works is that your balanced parry window has a 10 frame negative startup where you cannot perfect parry whatsoever, and this perk only affects the active frame window after that. So it doesn't actually help you with like the most important part, which is kind of unfortunate. So the only time I would take this is if you're like doing the Surgical Strike stratagem or something like that. Next perk I take here is Auxiliary Reload. Melee kills of Extremis level or higher enemies restore your primary weapon's ammo by 1 magazine. This is mandatory on this gun in particular as far as I'm concerned, because this gun's ammo economy is god-awful. This is like the only way to get your ammo back at times that will save your life, so definitely pick this up. Next perk here is Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. This is a god tier perk on whatever class you can find it on. 25% less health damage for 10 seconds is a super powerful effect, and armor breaking happens all the time in this game, and armor being drip fed to you to reactivate this is also incredible, so this one's top tier for sure. And the final perk I take is Indomitable Spirit. While performing a gun strike, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. This perk simply saves your life. There are times where you will have to gun strike to get CHP back, or knock a guy over, or get an execute, and if you don't have this perk, you'll get stunned by like a Chaos Spawn or a Sword Warrior, and this will simply keep you alive in those situations, so pretty much always grab this one as well. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Heroic Heavy Plasma is super fun. This was the third one I picked up. It's pretty strong. The single target damage is quite good, though it does lack AoE, and I would probably prefer the Relic tier version, but this one in a team especially is great, and oftentimes in operations, ammo isn't like the biggest issue in a group anyways, so if you like this gun, use it all the time. It's a pretty fun one, and hopefully this build guide helped, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Bye. Right. Alright. That's enough of this shit. I'm just gonna move on, because if they want to play this way and they're just gonna chill out in the darkness, that doesn't sound very epic to me. That one guy praying to Tzeentch just gets shit on. Sucks to be him. Just remove my ring concealment? No way. That's dumb. That's a fun perk.
The ruinous powers attempt spiritual invasion. The darkness seeks to rot me from the inside.
Right over here. Where are all my fun chaos spawn to fight? Instead I'm stuck with like an absolute horde of Bruvik Marines.
Search for a servo scope.
Look at these attacks. The amount of attacks that phase this patch is, it feels like it's 5%. And that's ridiculously high.
I refuse to fall to his pollution.
That's the exact same thing breaking Camo Cloak. Yeah, well, there are ways to fix it without removing a whole perk.
The door will not open without the
You wouldn't have to remove an entire perk from the game. That's a little silly.
Iron Halo ready.
Like saying my car battery's broken. Let me just toss that. Let me just buy a whole new car.
I am restored.
Alright.
Iron Halo online. I have taken possession of the relic.
Does the cooldown on the perk longer? I mean, they just make it so you don't automatically cancel your cloak with one melee attack. Just has a set amount. The same way like everything else in that class works.
The code.
Because basically right now, Camo Cloak cancel is broken because you can auto cancel it without losing a single charge.
The relic is with me.
How may I serve?
Open the door.
Acknowledged.
There are all car batteries in to the Immaterium. Yeah, precisely. That's the plan. How you do it. Let me grab some ammo real quick. And then, I don't even know what to put that down for that, but whatever.
Remain close to the light.
Frag grenade.
I have taken possession of the relic. We are committed to this course.
HIM transmission in progress. Awaiting acceptance.
Accepted. Ministers have been granted door access.
Did I miss this guy's comment again? Sorry. Travis Bateman, thanks for the Battle Brothers for the helpful info. Battle Brothers are always here, Travis. Sabers not give a shit about Sniper. I mean, they've done nothing but make it kind of OP, so they do. And they also directly are trying to nerf it, so there's also that. They are the ones who gave it Pattern of Excellence. That was a very good perk. Arguably the best perk.
Target recalling up fresh reserves.
Ew. Bang. Oh, I see how I rolled that one.
Successfully requested aid. The dark
They'll remember that. They'll be like, holy fuck, that Marine just rolled that nade on us. God, we'll get him one day.
battle continues.
We're already gone.
Advance to the device.
Finally migrated over here from the YouTube streams. I figured might as well get drops. That is true, guys. If you don't have drops yet, you should come over to the Twitch side of things. The drops are ending in a couple days. A few days. Oh shit.
Let's deploy heretic counter. Iron Halo ready. Focus. Zankor still. Heresy quotient reduced.
At least we're here next to the infinite ammo.
Iron Halo online. Spearman terminated.
Is there a bug that prevents you from firing your secondary weapon with respect to your primary? Oh yes. I see you're all discovering the worst bugs in this game all at once. Tragic, isn't it? You know what else is tragic? The thing that just spawned before my eyes.
Corrupted power arm rendered inert.
Oh Jesus, dude. Oh Christ. Oh my God, dude. The range spam. If we didn't have to get the ammo back, that would have been okay.
Iron Halo online. Terminating. Intercepting projectiles. Iron Halo protocol in progress. Cultism. Contained.
We didn't have that double unblockable from the
Deploying weaponized sorcery. Iron Halo online. Conversion in operation. Equipping fresh magazine.
I got the purge dogs in that. That would have been tragic otherwise.
The Emperor's will is paramount.
No Discord, no emotes, probably no second monitor either. You know they talk about buying the cart for the horse? Well, I bought a horse at a saddle.
It's effective.
That's how we call it. That's how we run things here.
Eliminated.
No Discord. The patch hasn't dropped yet. True. You guys understand? Alright guys, well, that was a little rough. Sucks we had to use a relic there, but what are you gonna do? Really? You gotta change SCG? Yeah, we have a second monitor. It's crazy, isn't it?
Iron Halo online.
Discord will be up for Space Marine 3, have faith. True.
Heresy quotient. Regime enhanced tactic ready.
You mean a saddle without a horse? No, no, we have a horse without a saddle. And no cart. We just have a train engine. That's all it is.
Execute Iron Halo tactics.
Alright, that was kind of disgusting. That was a chaos moment. I thought the oven mitt relics worked on all classes. You just got scanned, but they don't work on which classes do they work on? Train engine with no coal. About 150 plasma shots. Totally something is not wrong here. Well, the thing is that we're playing by ourselves. So if you're with a team, that would have not required as much ammo.
The altars control the land. We must disrupt them. Our presence here rotates these lands. Maintain position by this altar until the next is near. The land is aligned. The next altar requires our attention.
Crazy time.
Our presence here rotates these lands. Maintain position by this altar until the next is near.
Also, normal incinerator charge shots might have an easier time there. Possibly, yeah. Probably. I don't know if I'd say this one's as good for solo as it would be in teams, but it's definitely good. Way more of a side grade, though. I mean, it's still a heavy plasma, so it's kind of hard to go wrong.
New path ahead. Our presence here rotates these lands. Maintain position by this altar until
You can ride a horse without a saddle? Yeah. That's why we still have a switch stream.
The next altar is in
I love the pew pew, but that big blue splash with blast spark clumped up enemies. Yeah, it is good. It's certainly good.
the next termination target. Sorcerer. We will not bring down the shield. We will not be overcome. Attention. Warp channeling objects present. The orbs empower the shield. Focus attacks on them. Confirmed. Orb destruction has lowered the shield's
I just realized that we have to shoot this, don't we? It only takes one shot, doesn't it? Yeah. Kind of funny how far.
Pause the attack.
Oh, crack grenades convenient.
High-ranking chaos time. Eliminate. Revived abominations incoming.
Thanks, game. Always a pleasure.
Lies only in the warp. Orbs are visible. Focus fire.
I need to grab this.
Eliminate target before it eliminate the Rubicon. Iron Halo online. But your restoration will be splendid.
That's so far away. Oh. There we go.
The enemy is vulnerable. Repurge the sorcerer.
Alright. Plus armor boost. I mean, it would have been a sim otherwise.
You faltered.
I don't think there was such a thing in clutch of the boxes in these games because they're pretty much guaranteed to give you whatever you need. Let us grab this.
Battle. Talassa, report. This is Straben. It is
Gross. That gun is pretty good. Definitely use a bit of an ammo economy boost though. Not very ammo efficient. 47,000 range damage, 20 extremities. That was a pretty hard one. Only 196 kills. That doesn't sound right. Unless it was like mostly. I guess we didn't really have any Minotaurs that game, did we?